You trudge down the lonely stretch of highway, the hum of your tires on asphalt mixing with the quiet whisper of the wind through the trees. It's late, maybe too late, and you're beginning to question why you didn't just stay at work a little longer. Maybe finish one more cup of coffee. But then you glance up, and your heartbeat skips. A light, or several lights, dart across the sky with a speed that makes your brain question reality itself. You squint, trying to track the trajectory, and suddenly it's gone, vanished into the black night, as if the universe itself had swallowed it. That gut punch of disbelief, the one that leaves you staring at an empty sky, is exactly what pilot Kenneth Arnold felt on June 24, 1947. Flying near Mount Rainier in Washington state, Arnold reported seeing 9 high-speed objects zigzagging like saucers skipping on water. The newspapers, eager for something to sell, misinterpreted his description. Flying saucer, they wrote. And just like that, a cultural phenomenon was born. The term UFO didn't necessarily mean alien spacecraft at the time, just something unidentifiable. But the public imagination leapt instantly to the stars. Why? Because when you stare into the unknown, your brain wants a story, even if the story doesn't exist yet. Arnold's sighting didn't happen in isolation. Just months later, in July 1947, the Roswell incident would explode onto the national consciousness. The military initially reported recovering a flying disc, only to reverse course and claim it was a weather balloon. That flip-flop, repeated countless times in decades since, planted the seeds of suspicion and conspiracy. You might find yourself wondering, how often does the truth get buried simply because it's stranger than fiction? And how many other events never even see the light of day because official reports never reach the public? Here's the fascinating part. The UFO phenomenon isn't just an American obsession. Humans have been reporting strange lights in the sky for centuries, from the fiery spheres of ancient Greece to Roman accounts of mysterious chariots blazing across the night sky. There's a pattern. Every culture, every era sees something or thinks it does. The scientific community, unsurprisingly, remains skeptical. NASA and Pentagon reports have consistently stated there's no evidence of extraterrestrial visitors. Most UFO sightings can eventually be traced to misidentified aircraft, atmospheric phenomena, or even psychological states like sleep paralysis. But, and here's the hypnotic part, the rare cases that resist easy explanation refuse to vanish quietly. They linger in radar logs, in military reports, and in the dreams of those who swear they saw something no human machine could produce. And let's face it, humans are wired to notice anomalies. Your brain is a pattern-seeking engine. It wants order, even when the universe offers chaos. Then there's the cultural obsession with the cover-up. Government secrecy fuels imagination more effectively than any Hollywood screenwriter. Decades of official denials, contradictory statements, and redacted documents create fertile ground for speculation. You might catch yourself thinking, if they deny it so vehemently, could it be because the truth is too bizarre to handle? There's a delicate pleasure in teetering between these possibilities, the mental thrill of considering that reality might be far stranger than any fiction you've ever consumed. Consider, too, the physicality of these objects reported in early encounters. Arnold described objects moving at impossible speeds with precise, angular maneuvers. Eyewitnesses often speak of a silent movement, which contradicts everything you know about aerodynamics and propulsion. And there's a detail most casual observers miss. The way these lights behave often defies gravity in ways that seem almost purposeful. It's the subtle choreography that makes you think, even momentarily, that some intelligence is at play, whether human, alien, or something we don't yet understand. You step into the broader world of UFO encounters, and suddenly the phenomenon feels impossibly vast. It's no longer just your late-night highway or the isolated flight of Kenneth Arnold's 1947 sighting. It's Rendlesham Forest in England, 1980, where the night itself seemed to pulse with something unearthly. The Rendlesham case is particularly compelling because of the witnesses involved, U.S. military personnel accustomed to handling high-stress scenarios. Yet even they report losing consciousness, returning to their senses, disoriented, their memories fragmented. When you hear that part of the story, it's hard not to question what exactly these lights, or the beings controlling them, are capable of. Were these experiences hallucinations induced by stress, or something more tangible, something that the scientific instruments can't yet categorize? Remember that vivid description of a rainbow waterfall of colors cascading across the forest clearing. Even if you've never been there, your mind fills in the sensory gaps, creating a scene that's simultaneously beautiful and unsettling. The beauty is in its unexplainability, and perhaps that's why you, like countless others, can't shake it. Then there's the Phoenix Lights. Over Arizona in 1997, picture yourself on a warm spring night under a clear, moonless sky. Comet Hale-Bopp shines brightly above, familiar celestial spectacle. But then, an enormous V-shaped formation of lights drifts across the horizon, silent and deliberate, as if choreographed. Thousands of people see it, from city streets to desert roads, yet official investigations never materialize. You might wonder, why would an event witnessed by so many remain unexamined? Why do we trust instruments more than human testimony, even when instruments sometimes fail? As you visualize the lights, some hovering, others moving with eerie precision, you realize the scale of human fascination is only matched by our frustration with ambiguity. And here's a detail you don't want to miss. Eyewitnesses often describe lights that move against conventional physics, hovering without propulsion, stopping on a dime, or disappearing at speeds that make fighter jets look sluggish. When you consider this, it's almost irresistible to speculate. Could these be secret military aircraft? Some advanced drone technology still classified? Maybe. But even in that scenario, the careful observation of thousands of people simultaneously and instruments recording anomalous readings complicates the secret tech explanation. You have to admit, your brain loves this cognitive tug-of-war. The mundane versus the extraordinary. Global sightings remind you that UFOs are not confined to the United States or the UK. Japan, South America, the Middle East all report strange aerial phenomena dating back decades. And ancient civilizations documented unusual lights too. Roman soldiers wrote of fiery chariots, Greek historians described glowing spheres above battlefields. You start to notice a pattern. Humans have always observed the sky, and the sky has always offered something strange in return. Why? Is it mere coincidence, or is there a phenomenon persistent across time, waiting for us to notice it, to truly understand it? You can almost hear the universe whispering, "Pay attention." Skeptics argue the explanations are psychological or atmospheric. Meteors, lenticular clouds, satellites, drones, these all account for some sightings. Sleep paralysis, hallucinations, and cognitive bias explain others. You can feel the pull of these rationalizations, can't you? They comfort your logical mind. But the persistent, high-quality multi-witness cases, the ones with radar confirmation, physical traces, or medical anomalies, refuse to be neatly boxed. They nudge at your understanding of reality in a way that is simultaneously thrilling and disquieting. You realize that fascination with UFOs isn't just about seeing something strange. It's about confronting the limits of perception, evidence, and belief itself. And let's not forget the modern dimension: government, transparency, and secrecy. In the 21st century, U.S. Navy pilots report unidentified aerial phenomena with infrared footage, leading to official Pentagon reports. No aliens confirmed, no Roswell in reverse, but a recognition that unknowns exist. You feel that tension yourself, the itch between official reassurance and personal curiosity. So you trace the threads from Rendlesham to Phoenix, from ancient Roman skies to modern radar reports. The question lingers, teasing at the edge of reason. Are these glimpses of something extraterrestrial, or merely reflections of our own psychological and technological limits? Or more provocatively, is the universe intentionally leaving us crumbs, little mysteries meant to expand curiosity and imagination? By the time you look up again, late at night in your own backyard or on a quiet street, the stars no longer feel distant. They feel interactive, like an invitation. And you realize the deeper truth. UFOs, at their core, are less about definitive answers and more about the act of wondering. The thrill of gazing upward and acknowledging that the universe might just be stranger than you ever dared imagine.